Okay, we are recording. So, hey, everybody, thanks so much for coming and watching our sneak peek tonight. And especially if you're watching the playback, we totally appreciate that. I have gathered some of the coaches on our team tonight who are going to share some of their stories about coaching and hopefully help you see how you can fit into our amazing team and how Beachbody coaching can fit into your life. I know for me, it was something that I was not expecting or looking for or even knew that I needed this in my life, but it happened to me and I've fallen in love with being a Team Beachbody coach. My name is Erin Young, and you're going to have some other coaches talk to you tonight too. We're going to, like I said, we're going to share some info, some details, some stories, and I think that your time tonight is going to be very well spent. And it's going to be inspiring and it's going to be motivated, and you are going to feel like you have this like big group hug wrapped around you from our tribe, because truly they are some of the most amazing women that I've ever met and that I've been blessed to walk through this life with. Like, seriously, it's incredible. And so, but I first want to make sure that you know that we hope that you walk away from watching this sneak peek and you can kind of hear and see and understand not only how it's going to fit into your life right now, but where it can also take you in the future. Because I really, truly wish that somebody would have shared with me the possibility of this business when I first said, sure, I'll be a coach and get a discount and work on my results. Cool, whatever. I didn't even know what I was saying yesterday. Wish somebody would have explained it to me. And so I think tonight you're going to understand the possibility of this business. And then also, especially, we've kind of noticed that a lot of the coaches who come and join our team are people that have these servant hearts, and they love to help people and to serve, and they have a desire to live a more fulfilled life by giving some of their gifts to other people. And a lot of times we're already wearing a lot of hats, whether we have big families or careers, or we are really involved in our communities and our churches. We are already quite like servant leaders. And but we're going to help you understand how you might be able to fit this into your life, an already busy life, and how it can mold into your life and still make an impact in your family, in your homes, in your communities, and also help you make an income. Like, I hope you walk away and you're like, okay, I got that. Like, that's cool. I understand that. And I also hope that you just meet some of these women and you're like, wow, that's a really cool team. I'm glad that I got to be exposed to them tonight. So our team has been around for 7 years in the world of Team Beachbody. And that's kind of a long time, which I think is kind of cool. And so I started this team just because I started my journey and said yes, right? And when I decided to be a coach, I was asked by my coach to go ahead and just be a coach and get a discount. Because one of the huge benefits of being a coach is that any Beachbody product that you purchase, like Shakeology or our beloved Energize, or anything like that, our apparel, like our cool swag and apparel that we purchase, we get a discount on it. Okay. And I was basically like, okay, cool. Like, why would I not get a discount? I love Costco. I love Sam's Club. I love any kind of discount. Sign me up for it. That's cool. And I had no intentions of actually this becoming a part of my lifelong journey. I really was just like, I need to lose this last 10 pounds that I can't lose, that I've been trying to lose for 10 years, it felt like. And I just kept seeing my coach and the girls that she was working with in her accountability group, like, getting results. And I wasn't getting any results at home. I was working full-time as a high school English teacher and had 2 kiddos, and my husband was really busy with his job. And I couldn't imagine going to a gym. So the at-home workout solution, the nutrition, all of that was something that was the solution that I knew that I needed. I really kind of discounted the accountability group. Like, I really thought I was just buying a product and I will use it and lose weight. But what I found was that the accountability group that my coach added me to, of the other women on their journey and doing their workouts and drinking their Shakeology, that actually was the game changer for me. I went into that group and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that there were like positive women in the world. And I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but like, I went to work every day where people complained and they were negative and they could have cared less if you showed up to work or not. And where people just, I don't know, nobody was appreciative of the work that you did. And I don't know, it was just kind of the rat race, right? Wash, rinse, repeat all day long. And I was kind of unfulfilled in my job, even though I was a teacher. I don't know if that sounds bad or not, but I was. And I walk into this group and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, wow. And I loved being surrounded by the community. Like, that was huge for me. But what happened was that because of this community, I actually finished a program, like actually finished a goal, like reached a goal. And I don't know if I'd ever really reached a health and fitness goal, because they cared if I showed up and they cheered me on, and they were proud of me and they wanted to see me succeed. Whereas at work, I kind of felt like some people didn't want to see me succeed. And I don't know if that sounds wrong or you can relate to that at all, but that's how I felt most days. And I also found me again in the process. And it wasn't just about the 10 pounds that, I wanted to lose. I actually lost 14 pounds because I actually completed the program, which was amazing. But what happened was I found me. And so I always like to say that through coaching and through this journey, I have found like this inner athlete, like girl boss, fierce warrior within that's always been there. But that girl was always so busy giving to all these other people and things and trying to meet the expectations of everybody else that I just lost myself. And so once I realized that this was like so accessible to everybody and that I could share it with them because I was a coach, like, again, I was just signing up for a discount. But when I realized like, oh wait, I can invite my friends and family to do this with me. I can share this with the people at work or with my girlfriend across the street, Jenny, or, I can share this and they can join me too. And like, I can pay this forward. Like, I was on cloud nine. And, I honestly didn't connect the dots that I could make an income from just sharing what I loved. Just like I shared like my favorite book, or I share the next best Disney movie, or I talk about Disney and convince people to go to Disney World all the time. Like, I didn't realize that like just by me sharing something that I love and I fell in love with, that I could help other people, okay, and bring them into our community that was rocking in our tribe. But I could also make an income doing that. Didn't connect the dots, and it wasn't an intention of mine, but it was the ripple effect of what happened because I said yes to coaching. And so I'm excited because tonight now you know all of that before you even say yes to coaching, and you can go ahead and start thinking, okay, so my number one job is to just be on my own journey. Okay, cool. Like, literally, like when you say yes to Lisa tonight or Jenny or whoever's invited you, like they invited you because they see like this could really fit into your life, but they also invited you because they believe with their whole hearts that you would fit into this tribe like none other. Our tribe is special, and we don't just invite anybody off the streets. Like, I have to be honest with you. We invite people that we know this will be an awesome fit for and that you will bring something awesome to our tribe. And so we want you to know that. And we care mostly that you're on your own journey, that always comes first. In fact, our team is getting ready to do this huge Fit Wars where we're all just like gathering together, and we're going to be on teams, and the goal is just to help each other get in the best shape that we want to be in by the summer. And so we just know that accountability works. We know that teamwork and collaboration works. And so we're just gathering together. We're not in competition with each other. We're there to help push each other. And that's what's so fun. But we want you to be on your own journey. That's the very first thing I want you to know about what it means to be a coach. And the second thing about what it means to be as a coach is that you believe in other people before they believe in themselves. And that's what your coach will do for you until you believe in yourself. That's one of the things that we just, oh my gosh, we just love to breathe hope and life and light and love and belief into people because we do believe in people. And then what happens is then they keep showing up, and you keep showing up and you get results, and it's awesome. So we, as coaches, we believe in others before they believe in themselves. Building the business doesn't have to happen, but it's something that we want you to know is life-changing. And we all feel that the business is a gift, and that what we share, these solutions, is a gift, and that people should know about them. We also believe that when people come onto our team and join our team and join our accountability groups, that you're more likely to succeed and get results. So why would we not share this with everybody that we know? That's just kind of the way that we think about it. So the details are, as a coach, when you sign up, your only purchase is what you need for your journey. You don't have to purchase inventory or like a big, huge starter kit or anything like that. So what the cost of being a coach is different for every person, because every person uses different products or has a different journey that they're going to go on. We recommend that everybody is obviously going to have Beachbody On Demand, so that they are our fitness programs, because they're amazing. We also recommend that everybody at least get started with Shakeology, because that's our game-changing nutritional product. It's the cornerstone of health on the inside. But we also have all these other packages based on what you need with our nutritional programs, like the Ultimate Portion Fix and 2B Mindset. So that cost depends on what you need to get your journey started. And then after that, you are going to save 25% on everything that you purchase from now on, but you're also going to make a 25% commission on any retail sales that you make. But if you get other people started on these packages that we have, you make like these quick start bonuses. So there's an opportunity for more income. A lot of our new coaches coming into the business will help 3 people in their first month of getting started, just their closest friends and family, their sisters, their cousins, whatever, their moms, whatever. And what they're doing is then they're getting their own investment covered. So most people and most coaches, their first goal in that first month, I just am going to come in and start my journey, and I'm going to help bring in my closest friends and family so that we can just do this together. And that's going to help get the cost of my initial startup covered. 3 people, and that's it. And then what you're doing there is you're also building a base for residual income in the future, because likelihood is that your sister is going to start with you and she's going to drink Shakeology, and then she's going to love it like you do, or maybe that you already do, and she's going to continue purchasing it. And so you're making a residual income. And that's how our businesses are built, just that first month coming in and being excited to share and invite people to just do it with us. Go to Disney with me, go to the concert with me, buy this book and read it with me in the book club. Like, it's the same kind of recommendation that you're making, but this one is going to help someone live a healthier life, and you're just going to do it together. And so that's our recommendation for getting started. And so those are some of the business basics. When you come and join our team, you're going to become a part of our team page. Oh my gosh, we're going to make the biggest deal about you joining our team page. Your coach is going to welcome you and like celebrate it from the rooftops. But we're also going to have some training there if you're ready for it and you want to start learning more about building this business. And that's the beauty of it, is that you get to decide what your business looks like. And you can say, you know what, I'm just going to get my results. Or, you know what, I do want to get this cost covered. Or, you know what, I do have some people in mind that this would be super fun to do with. Like, you get to make that decision, and you just tell us those kinds of details and what you're thinking, and we'll lead you in the right direction. But it's going to be so much fun. Okay. So I'm going to actually just stop talking, and I'm going to ask Sarah to unmute her line, because I know that she has something fun to kind of talk about. So Sarah's here, and her accent is my favorite thing. Well, she's my favorite thing, but her accent's pretty fun too. And Sarah's a new coach. Okay. So I know, I was like, I've been a coach for 7 years and it's all amazing, right? Sarah's a new coach, and I'm pretty sure she would agree that it's pretty amazing. But I'd love for you to hear from a new coach tonight, because I think we all sat back and maybe we've heard us talk about this before, and maybe even had some reservations or some hesitations. And so, Sarah, I would love for you to kind of tell us what made you say, well, first of all, tell us how long you've been a coach, because I think that would be helpful. But then maybe like, why did you say yes? And what were some of those initial hesitations about maybe why you delayed, and how you overcame those, or what you learned more to overcome that?
Okay. I initially started for, now I'm paranoid about my accent. I initially started for the discount. I wanted to save money while I gave this a try. And it wasn't until I got on the team and became a part of the team that I really stuck to it. I've been with Beachbody, I guess, for probably a year and a half or so, but I haven't actively been a coach, haven't really actively been a participant of it all, because I tried doing it on my own, and that was difficult. And then when I found the team that we're in now, it was some kind of magic. And there's something amazing about being on your own journey and that opening up doors for you to reach out to other people. I always say that I'm a natural encourager. I like to see people win. So when I started getting my results and it clicked with me, this works, why would I not want to tell everybody I found this and it's amazing? And then you have this tribe of women who just support you and rally around you. So just reaching out to other people. And I love the opportunities that it gives me because I'm starting to step out of my comfort zone and meeting so many other women. And there are so many people like us who are looking for something like this. And it's pretty cool for that to be your job, to say, here it is, I've got it, let me help you. There's probably nothing that I enjoy more when I start having conversations with people than to be able to say, let me help you. Because, I mean, what an amazing feeling that is, you know. And I love the jobs that I have. I love the job that I have now. My husband and I, our business. But there's this, how much more wonderful can a job be when your job is to pour into other women, to encourage tired moms, students who are struggling with work and school and just juggling. We all know what it's like, a life of chaos and out of balance. And to be able to say, I found this amazing thing, come beside of me, let's do this together. And I hesitated for a while to even say, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, because I didn't have a six-pack. You know, you get that mindset if you're going to attach coach to you that you need to be some kind of marathon runner. And, you know, I wasn't there. I'm a mom of 3. I'm 41 years old. But being a coach is more about coaching through life together. It's sharing the journey with each other, and how much easier it is to help somebody if you're on that same road. I don't have to be way ahead of you. It's walk beside me. Let's do this together. And I'm enjoying it. And probably just for the last 2 months, really, I keep stepping out a little bit more, and it's worth it. And when you do see that there's a possible income to it, more, you know, beyond just covering your products, you know. And there's some days I think it's silly to even think that I can do anything with this, but it's the passion of wanting to see people win. And it's believing that you have a purpose yourself. And I don't think I just stumbled upon Beachbody. I don't think I just stumbled upon Erin on Instagram for no reason whatsoever. I don't believe that you're watching this right now for no reason whatsoever. There's a reason, and there's a purpose. And there's so much more of a purpose to us than a lot of times we even see. Is the income my greatest motivator? No, I really want to see people win. I want to win. I want to be joyful and full of life every day and be in my best physical shape and health for me, for my family, for my friends. And I want other women to have that. And if we can make an income, I mean, what a bonus. What an absolute bonus that is to it. And I just tell myself constantly, dream big. Don't be afraid to dream big, you know, and have plans, go at it with the right heart, and don't be afraid to reach out to people, because there's a lot of people who are waiting for somebody to reach out to them. And I'm learning that.
Girl, we're done, right? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Sarah. Brand new coach. Look at you. That is so great. I loved what you said about that too, that it's kind of like the income's a bonus. And there are people that come into this because they need a second stream of income. And there are people that come into this just because they're like, I just need to fill my bucket here with a passion project. So there's so many different ways. Thank you, Sarah. That was great. You are awesome, girlfriend. So you can mute your line now, and then I'm going to turn it over to, I think I'm going to turn it over to Lisa. Hey, Lisa, you want to unmute yourself? So, Lisa, you can tell us how long you've been a coach, but I also think Sarah touched on something here that I'd love for you to expand a little bit. And she's like reaching out to people, inviting people. Sarah's sharing her journey on social media. And can you talk a little bit more about like what your social media journey has looked like? And like, has that always been your thing, sister? Have you always been rocking your social media, Lisa?
Okay, well, yeah, so I have been a coach for almost 3 years now officially. I really started coaching about 3 or 4 months into my journey, after being in the accountability groups that you talked about for a while, and realizing how much I needed this in my life for good, and that I felt like other people would benefit from this as well. And so social media is the main way to connect with more people than just, your neighbors and your family. And so when I initially started this, I will admit that prior to being a Beachbody coach, when I would see people talk about their workouts on social media, I would be one of those eye roller people. I was like, really? Do you have to put that out there all the time? And so I thought, there's no way I can do this. I cannot talk about my workouts on social media and tell people about what I'm doing all the time. But it was after I just kind of slowly got into it and expanded my network a little bit here and there and reached out to a few people here and there, and they started getting results and figuring out what a blessing this was to their lives, that it really didn't feel weird or gross or any of those things that I thought it would when I continued to talk more and more about what I was doing. And Luana, one of the people who's on the call tonight, she was one of the very first people that signed up with me, and watching her journey just kept inspiring me more to do more myself and to invite more people to join us. And it just kept growing naturally. It wasn't anything that was really forced or like I said, felt salesy or gross or anything like that. It just happened really naturally. You become friends with friends of friends, and you just keep growing. And the social media part, although initially I thought there was no way that I could do it, it just really evolved on its own, and is something that's just a second nature now, and isn't even something I even think about anymore.
Yeah. And I think too, I was scared. I was like, no, I don't know. And I think it's our own limiting beliefs. But when we realize that actually we're showing up to be the positive light in a world that's kind of negative, people actually really appreciate it. And,
absolutely.
And funny thing, the eye rollers end up saying yes later when you just keep showing up, that's kind of funny. So Lisa, you've been a coach for about 3 years. So has your Beachbody income been able to positively impact your family in any way?
Yeah, of course. The thing about it is Marty and I are at a point where we have 2 kids in college. We have a wedding that we're paying for that's coming up. And so it has just been able to take some of that stress off of that whole situation, because paying for 2 colleges and a wedding all at the same time and I work part-time outside of Beachbody in my regular job. And so, if it weren't for being able to have the Beachbody income, part-time might not be something I would be able to continue to do. I might have, needed to go back to full-time at this point in my life. That's not something I want to do. I've been part-time for a long time since I've had kids, and, going back to full-time is not something I want to do. So this has definitely helped us to be able to continue to pay for those things, plus continue to travel and do the things that we like to do for ourselves, where we might have had to sacrifice some of those things at this point in our lives if it weren't for the Beachbody income.
Oh, I almost muted myself when I meant to talk. That's awesome. So I'm going to thank you, Lisa. And if you want to jump in and share anything when we're done, if I didn't ask you and you wanted to say something, definitely jump in here at the end. So I'm going to pass it over to Lindsay. Lindsay, how long have you been a coach?
I've been a coach for about 3 years.
Okay. And Lisa is one of your coaches, right?
Yep.
How fun is that? I love it. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. It's like, I feel like that when you're a coach, you all of a sudden just are amazed by your reach and the number of people that you meet along the way and that you're able to impact. It's just kind of crazy. So Lindsay is a mama, and I know, Lindsay, you have used Beachbody in so many different ways in your life. I know that you've used it to relate to new moms, and you've been able to help a lot of new moms in your life. But will you tell us about some of the people that you've been able to help on this journey that has really just meant more to you than anything?
Oh, goodness. It's interesting because even though it's been 3 years, this is such a huge part of my life and who I am now. A lot has happened in 3 years for me. I've had 2 babies. I started coaching shortly after I was 4 months postpartum with my first child when I first started coaching, and I was in postpartum depression in a really bad way. And when coaching was presented to me, I knew right away, just by hearing other coaches speak and learning about what we were able to do, that this was something that was going to help me feel better, not just physically in my transformation, but mentally and emotionally and spiritually. So when I first started, I started sharing everything, like what I was going through with postpartum depression. And it was one girlfriend from childhood that I haven't talked to, and it had probably been at least 10 years since we had talked, let alone seen each other. And we just started talking about our journey through postpartum depression. And she eventually wanted to kind of get her nutrition in place. So we started working on that, and she signed up with me as her coach. And since then, she has lost 20 pounds. We have both beat postpartum depression, and we continue to talk to other people about it. So that girlfriend and her story and her transformation, more from the inside out, that she has shared kind of right alongside me, is one of the most powerful stories that probably mean the most to me in what I've experienced in being her coach. But I could tell you 100 more, including Lisa's, if we had more time.
Oh, I love it though. And that is true. I know Jenny's over here. I can think of a million of her stories that she would, the people that she's been able to impact. And I think it's cool too, because what I see us doing as coaches is just kind of being an example of health. And it just oozes out around us and influences our children. It influences our families and our own parents. And I think it's just amazing. So Lindsay, you've had 2 babies in the last 3 years. Girl, you're so busy. Okay, so let's talk about busy though. So how are you able to take on, because I know you do way more in your life than just Beachbody and just be a mom. You've got a lot of hats that you wear. So how are you able, or what would you tell new coaches or people thinking about coaching, and how do you make this fit into an already busy life? What do you think about that?
I would say that you get out of this business what you put into it. And so for me, I've gone through 3 years of 3 very different seasons. So I've gotten to choose how much I work, how often I work, and when I work. And for me, you had mentioned at the beginning, Erin, that the core of this business is, and being a coach and, making an income and actually really looking at the business side of this, as far as the work that you put into it, I was more accountable in my own health and wellness journey when my babies were their littlest, because I could put them in a rocker or a PlayStation and they would watch me in my workout, and they continue to do that. I have a 3-year-old now and a 10-month-old, and I sometimes work out before they get up, and sometimes I kind of wait intentionally to let them see my example. And what I love about this business is my job is to reach out to other people and empower them to do the same thing. So for me, I reach out to a lot of other mamas who are in similar seasons as me and let them know, I know you don't feel like you don't have enough time, because I was there. I had a teeny tiny baby boy, and there was no way that I could get a 30-minute workout in from home. But my coach coached me and taught me different ways that I could kind of fill in those pockets of time in my personal wellness journey. And now I do that as a businesswoman, as a boss babe, which I never really considered myself before, because I used to be a kindergarten teacher, and I worked before school, during school, and after school, hours where I felt exhausted all of the time. And I say about this business, it gives me energy. It gives me life, because it holds me accountable to my own wellness, and it helps me do the same for others. And that just lights me on fire and wants me to help more people. So in short, Erin, I really have been able to, there's been times where I work 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. And there's other times where I get so excited about what I'm doing that I'll work 3 or 4 hours a day, and in pockets of time of when my kids are sleeping, or I have other coaches who are working full time, and they do it during their, a little bit during their lunch break and a little bit when they get home. So the flexibility of creating your own hours and being your own boss has been huge for me in my journey.
That's awesome. I love it, Lindsay. Thank you so much for being on and sharing tonight. Now, Jenny, I know you're on here, so I'm just going to put you on the spot. Okay. Sister, is she ready? She's like, oh gosh, I haven't been paying attention. Let me see. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, actually I have like specific things I'd be ready to say.
Well, I really just want you, because I want you to help us close out here tonight, since we're coming near the end of our time, and just kind of share why you, how Beachbody has been a gift in your life. Because I know Jenny was super skeptical. She watched on the sidelines for a couple years, just like kind of being the eye roller. And so how it's a gift, and why you do think that, that anyone listening tonight should say yes, and they shouldn't wait any longer.
Well, there's so many gifts that we got through this coaching. There is nothing bad that's going to happen from signing up as a Beachbody coach. These women here, this community, I try to tell people about it, what they're going to gain. It's not about just the weight you're going to lose, but the confidence you're going to gain, the friendships you're going to gain, the community. You can't explain that to anybody. And when they have that moment, like we had a team call the other day, and one of my newest coaches, she's had that aha moment of like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by these amazing women that I did not know this kind of community existed. And she said, and I said, every woman needs this in their life. Every woman needs this in their life. I'm 47 years old, and I'm finding my best friends as a middle-aged woman. And I'm also here to show, along with Lisa and Luana, that you don't have to be blonde or young to be a coach. You can be at any walk of your life. I have 4 children. My oldest is almost 22. My youngest is 10. It doesn't matter where you are. And like Sarah mentioned, people want to go along the journey with you. They want to walk alongside. You don't need to have that 6-pack. You don't need to have this huge transformation. People want to relate to somebody. They want to relate to you. And I had another really aha moment, and this actually was sparked by something that Erin shared on social media this week. And that was showing my kids that this is just a part of life, what mom does to take care of herself, especially my only daughter that's about to leave for college. I remember the days of, oh, somebody's getting married, I got to run on the treadmill and I got to starve myself. Like that's what my family saw me do. It wasn't enjoyable. That's what they saw, because mommy's got to get skinny for an event. That's not the case anymore. Now they see mommy work out every single day because that's what she does, just like brushing her teeth. And I'm showing my daughter especially what a strong woman looks like, and knowing that I'm sending her off to college with, now I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, like, because she does this right alongside of me. Like I'm showing her what a strong woman does, and I'm showing my boys what a strong mama looks like. And it's incredible. And I just got to take my daughter on a cruise that many of us here were on that cruise because we earned that by helping other women. And I got to share that experience with my daughter, and that was just incredible. Nothing bad can happen from being a coach.
No, and I want to say this too, because Jenny was a stay-at-home mom, and this business came into her life as her youngest was going back to school. And she was kind of looking like, what am I going to do now to contribute to my family? And
I found myself.
Yes, you did. You found your purpose beyond being a mom to everybody and taking care of everybody all day. And she's still able to show up at school, and she's still able to go to lunch on Fridays, you know, and be there for everything that she needs to be there for. But she didn't have to go back to work. Like, you know what I mean? And I know that's kind of what Lisa was saying too. I can stay part-time. You know, Jenny is able to contribute to her family financially. She's able to take her husband and her daughter on trips and vacations, and, you know, help with things in their family that I know that she would have probably have had to get a job for, or maybe even ask for permission for, right? And she's able to have her own like sense of freedom with a business. And so that's kind of what's cool about this too, is that it brings financial opportunities and freedoms into families, all from, you can hear the heart in us taking care of each other and helping other people. That's the heart. That's the pulse of this business. And so I don't know if you had anything else to say, Jenny. Are you good, or do you want to
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, that was amazing. That was perfect. But we just want to end this tonight and just ask you, like, why not? Like, why not? Right. But you really have two decisions to make, in my opinion. I personally feel like you should become a part of this tribe, because whoever invited you was like, this needs to be part, like, you need to be part of this tribe. So there's two ways to do that. You can come in and just be a customer member, and start doing the workouts with us, and start eating the way that we're eating, and drinking Shakeology and feeling different, and start your health journey with us. That's one way that you can say yes tonight. And the other way that you can say yes tonight is like, okay, well, why would I not come in as a coach member? It's not going to cost me any more. I'm going to get to actually be surrounded by all of these women that I just met tonight. And I'm going to be able to work on my own journey, because that's what we value as being the most important. And then also that you have this opportunity to then pay it forward, get your income, you know, start earning a second stream of income, get your costs covered. There's that additional benefit to being a coach, which you get to write those rules in that direction. Your coach will help set you up. So moving forward, that's the decision that you have to make. Number one, do you want to come into this and start working on your own journey as a customer? Or do you want to do this and come in and be a coach, work on your own journey, and also learn how to pay it forward, get your costs covered, make a second stream of income? Those are really the two decisions that I see you have to make. So we want you tonight to think about this, but also to reach out to the coach who invited you to be here tonight, because again, they really thought about that invitation and about you paying this forward alongside of them. And we're just so thankful and grateful for your time. And if you do have any questions, absolutely reach out to your coach. We're so excited, and we cannot wait to see you welcomed onto the team page. Like I said, there's some training there if you're ready to hit the ground running. Or we have some Fit Wars. We actually think we have a couple of spots left, right? We're trying to figure out how many people we have left that we can fill those spots, so you can join us in our team-wide accountability group too. All right? So thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you, ladies, for sharing your hearts with us tonight. That was absolutely perfect, and we will see you soon.